Good morning students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 4. The name of chapter is Reconstitution of Partnership Firm. That is related to retirement or death of a partner. In the last chapter we learned about the basic concepts of a partnership firm, and when a new partner is admitted into a partnership firm, what will be the situation, how the partnership firm is reconstituted, what are the accounts which we need to prepare, that we learn, isn't it? Before watching this video, you need to watch that third chapter and fourth chapter related video, so that we can easily understand the calculations related to different ratios and basic concepts of partnership firm. So before watching this video, you watch that basic concepts related to partnership firm. Okay, means third chapter you need to watch. So this is fourth chapter. Here we have the calculations related to retirement of a partner and death of a partner, and how the assets are revaluated when retirement or death of a partner situation arises. Okay, as you know, what do you mean by partnership deed? You know the meaning of partnership deed, isn't it? What do you mean by partnership deed? Partnership deed means it is an agreement. It is an agreement among the partners which states some of the provisions, or which is about the relationship among the partners, for maintaining the relationship among the partners, whatever the provisions they need to follow, or what are the conditions are there among them, for the purpose of bringing the capital or maintaining the capital or sharing the profit or reaching the objectives of that partnership firm. That agreement is made as per the Indian Stamp Act. As per the Partnership Act 1932, we need to follow some of the provisions or rules and regulations. So whenever admission of a partner situation arises, what will be the situation? What type of actions a partnership firm need to take? That we need to understand. And also, when a retirement of a partner or death of a partner situation arises, what will be the rules and regulations which a partnership firm need to follow? That is explained in the Partnership Act 1932. What is the act? Partnership Act 1932, Section 37. As per this, we need to follow some of the rules and regulations. If retirement or death of a partner happens, or if a new partner is admitted into a partnership firm, okay? As per the act, we need to follow the instructions, or we need to follow the rules and regulations. Here, if a partnership deed is there, that is also prepared, or that is the agreement which is formed as per the Partnership Act 1932 only, okay? So here we have a partnership deed. What do you mean by partnership deed? It is the agreement which is orally, or maybe it is in a written agreement. Usually it will be written in a written format. It is usually in written format. Okay. That agreement holds all the objectives of the partnership firm, and the profit sharing ratio, and for maintaining the relationship among the partners, and for avoiding the disputes. That partnership deed is formed. And it is duly signed by the authorities, means it is signed by the partners also. Okay, this is about partnership deed. When these partnerships are reformed or newly it is constituted or it is formed, when the situation arises, what will be the situation? That we need to understand. See, if a partner is newly admitted, we learned about admission of a partner, isn't it? Admission, retirement. Now we are going to study what the situation a partnership firm faces. That is new partners admission, retirement, and death. These are the main situations. Another one is the dissolution of a partnership firm. Dissolution. Okay. Now we are discussing only retirement and death. We already discussed in the third chapter, admission of a partner. Okay, when a partner is admitted, what are the conditions a partnership firm faces, or partners face, what actions they need to take. That we learned in the admission of a partner chapter. Okay. See, when a new partner is admitted, for example, I will take a question example here. See, A, B, and C. These are the partners in a partnership firm. Okay. If new partner is admitted, new partner D is admitted into that partnership firm, there these partners are called as old partners. They are called as old partners. This new person who is or new partner who is admitted, he is a new partner. He is a new partner. He is a new partner. Okay. What will be the situation? See, when a new partner is admitted, he is a person who is going to bring the capital and also his goodwill, isn't it? The goodwill also holds its own value. Will also holds its own value. When a new partner is admitted into a partnership firm, the old partners' profit sharing ratio will change. Okay, they need to sacrifice their share, because if before admitting a new partner, some portion of profit they used to earn, they used to share their profits as ABC's portion. Means they may have their own profit sharing ratio. If fourth partner arises, that is distributed among 4 partners instead of 3 partners, then the profits which is shared among 4 partners, there 3 partners, these old partners are there, no? Their share of profit decreases. Their share of profit decreases. That's why they are called as sacrificers, because they sacrifice their share when new partner is admitted. Okay. When admission of a partner situation arises, at that time, who are sacrificers? Old partners, means existing partners. New partner is not the person who is sacrificing his share. Okay, he is a gainer because he will earn something, the profit, and along with the ABC. Okay, so ABC are old partners, they are also sacrificers, but D is not the sacrificer. Okay, this is admission of a partner situation where profit sharing ratio will change and also sacrificing ratio we need to calculate. That we learned in the last chapter. And some of the assets, liabilities, value may decrease or may increase, isn't it? If situation arises, then we need to evaluate the assets and value. Usually we prepare evaluation account, partners capital account, and also balance sheet. Why those balance sheet and partners capital accounts, account and evaluation account is prepared? Because when new partner is admitted into a partnership firm, there the assets and liabilities value changes and capital also changes. Capital profit sharing ratio changes, and the distribution of profit, how it is done, that is also changes as per the new profit sharing ratio. Okay, so everything changes, or some assets and liabilities value changes. For that reason, we need to reevaluate those assets. For that purpose, we need to prepare the revaluation account, and also partners capital account is prepared so that we can easily distribute the profit which is earned as per the ratio. Another thing is that we need to prepare balance sheet so that we can value the assets and liabilities value. At the end of the year, we can provide the information related to partnership firm to the users of accounting information. Okay, so that we can find out the financial position also. So this is about admission of a partner. Okay, there we learned some of the journal entries when owner brings the partner. Okay, new partner who is admitted into a partnership firm. He brings capital. What will be the journal entry when he brings capital or goodwill, and how it is treated, how it is distributed? What will be the journal entry for those? That we learned in the last chapter. Now we are discussing retirement or death of a partner. What do you mean by retirement or death of a partner? The death of a partner, that is understood matter or understood topic. Now we will discuss See, in the addition of a partner, all partners are the sacrifices. But in the situation when retirement of a partner happens, then what will be the case? Who are the sacrifices that we need to understand? See, retirement of a partner. Retirement of a partner means a partnership firm holds 2 or more partners, like you know. Among the partners, one partner may retire or he is leaving the partnership firm. Then, what will be the situation? See, here A, B, C, D are the partners. Okay? A, B, C, D are the partners. If C retires from the partnership firm, means he is a sacrificer. He is a sacrificer because he is leaving the organization, means he is not a partner anymore. Okay, after leaving the partnership firm, his profits will be earned by or is gained by the remaining partners. Here we are. See, remaining partners A, B, D are called as remaining partners or continuing partners. They are continuing partners. C is a person who is retiring. Okay, retiring partner who is C. He is a retiring partner. Okay, retiring partner is C. He is a sacrificer here. In the addition of a partner, old partners means already existing partners are sacrificers. But here C is a sacrificer because he is sacrificing his profits and his capital also. He may withdraw his capital, but also he is sacrificing his share from the business. Partners are there means they own their own part in the partnership. Partnership is there means a portion, a certain percentage of ownership will be there among all the partners, isn't it? They hold their own ownership in the partnership firm. If C is retiring, means his share is sacrifice. His share is sacrifice. Who will gain those sacrifice share? It is acquired or it is gained by remaining partner or continuing partner. Here A, B and D. These are the partners who are the continuing partners. They are called as continuing partners. They are the gainers of sacrifice shares by C. If C retires, his share is acquired or it is gained by whom? It is gained by remaining or continuing partners. Okay? Who will continue here? A, B, D are the partners are there. No? They will continue the partnership firm. So they are the continuing partners. Okay? In the retirement of a partner, we need to make certain adjustment. Okay? We need to make certain adjustment. When interest on capital, interest on drawings, or in different situations, if a new profit sharing ratio is there, what are the adjustments that we need to make, that we will discuss in the next coming classes. Now we will discuss what type of calculation which we need to make for ratios, or what type of ratios which we need to calculate, that we will discuss now. So first ratio which we need to calculate is gain ratio or gaining ratio. Gain ratio or gaining ratio. This is also called as benefit ratio. This is also called as benefit ratio. Okay. What do you mean by gaining ratio? Gaining ratio means the ratio in which the continuing partners have acquired the share from the retiring or deceased partner or deceased partner. Now I will explain now, sir. See, as already I explained about this part, isn't it? C is a retiring partner. C is a retiring partner. He is a sacrificer. He is a sacrificer of his share. He is sacrificing his share. He is sacrificing his share to continuing partners. He is providing that share, or he is leaving that share for the remaining partners. Okay. Here A, B, D are the continuing partners. They acquire C share. They acquire C share. It is acquired by whom? The remaining partners. See, if A, B, C, D are the partner, C is sacrificing, C's share is distributed or it is acquired by whom? The continuing partners. If the case is only related to retirement of a partner, if C is a partner who retires from the partnership firm, or if a deceased partner is there, then his share is acquired by both partners. In that case, whatever the ratio is prepared or in which ratio they are acquiring the profit, that is called as gaining ratio or benefit ratio. Okay, what do you mean by gaining ratio? The ratio in which continuing partners acquire the share from the retiring partner. So, from the retiring partner share is acquired by the continuing partners, then that share, how much it is acquired by continuing partners, please know, that share is called as gaining ratio or benefit ratio, in which ratio they are acquiring the share of retired partner or the deceased partner. From the deceased partner or retired partner, whatever the sacrificed profit sharing profit portion is there, no? Or whatever he is sacrificing, that share is acquired by these people, that is called as, acquired by this continuing partner. Now ratio, that ratio is called as gaining ratio. Okay. Now in the problem, if gaining ratio is calculated only if it is mentioned, if new profit sharing ratio is mentioned, then we need to calculate the gaining ratio. Okay. What is the formula for calculating gaining ratio that we will discuss now? That is share gain is equal to new share minus portion. If in the problem or when her partner retires, when we need to calculate the new profit sharing ratio or when the new profit sharing ratio is given, then we need to calculate share gain. I'll explain another time. See, when we need to calculate share gain or gaining ratio, if when a partner retires, then new profit sharing ratio means NPSR, new profit sharing ratio is given, and also old profit sharing ratio is there, then we need to calculate gaining ratio. Otherwise, what will be the situation? Otherwise, whatever the old profit sharing ratio is there, no, that is continue. That will continue as a gaining ratio. Okay. First, we will understand about this one. See, gaining ratio is equal to or share gain is equal to new share minus old share. From the new profit sharing ratio or on the basis of new profit sharing ratio, whatever the share is there, from that old share is deducted, then we will get the share gain. Means if new profit sharing ratio is there and old profit sharing ratio is there, as per that how much we gain, as per new profit sharing ratio and old profit sharing ratio, if we deduct or if we deduct from these share, new share from that old share is deducted, the result will be share gain. Okay. For example, if 5:3:2, this is new ratio and old ratio is 3:2:1. Old ratio is 3:2:1. From the new ratio, this is new ratio and this is old ratio. Okay. As per the new ratio, how much share we will get, from that old share is deducted. As per the old profit sharing ratio, whatever the result we will get, that is called as share gain. Okay. This is our gaining ratio. In some of the cases, normally we will not calculate gaining ratio. If new profit sharing ratio is given, then we need to calculate gaining ratio or benefit ratio. Understood now? In which case we need not calculate the new profit gaining ratio. When we will not calculate gaining ratio? If in the problem or when the retirement of partner happens, in that situation, the old partners means continuing partners are there, no? They are there and a partner retires. After retirement, what retires, C retires, then the gaining ratio will be 5:3. Okay. Otherwise, if old profit sharing ratio is 5:3:1 and A retires, means first partner retires, then gaining ratio will be 3:1. Here we can observe the same old ratio will remain, and that is called as gaining ratio. Okay, old ratio can be maintained in this situation. Okay, because the retired partner share is acquired by old partners. Old partners means continuing partners. So then the ratio will be same. And another thing is that in another situation also, the we need to calculate. We need not calculate the gaining ratio. If the proportion of share of retired partner is directly given, then we will not calculate gaining ratio. In which situation we will not calculate? If old ratio is there, that is distributed among continuing partner, old ratio is taken as a gaining ratio. If proportion of sharing among the continuing partner is given in the problem, then also we will not calculate gaining ratio. Whatever is given, the same is followed. This is about the gaining ratio. Okay, the formula is gaining ratio is also called as benefit ratio. The formula is share gain is equal to new share minus old share. Okay, and next ratio we need to calculate is NPSR. What do you mean by NPSR? That is new profit sharing ratio. Okay, this is called as NPSR. Whenever old retirement of a partner happens, if need arises, then we will calculate new profit sharing ratio, because when new partner exists, when partner exists from, he is exiting from the partnership firm, then the profit sharing ratio changes among the continuing partners. That's why we need to calculate new profit sharing ratio. And also we need to prepare revaluation account, partners capital account, and balance sheet. Why these are prepared? Because when a partner is leaving the partnership firm, their assets, liabilities, and some of the expenses will change, or some of the expenses may increase. That's why we need to prepare those accounts so that we can revalue the partnership firm's assets and liabilities. So this is about gaining ratio and new profit sharing ratio.